Today we're going to be doing some restorative yoga to sort of wrap up our 31 days together. Pretty prop heavy today, so if you don't quite have all these props, you can improvise, of course. Towels work great instead of blankets. Towels and blankets work good instead of cushions if you don't have enough. But let's get started. We're going to come first to Supta Virasana. So, you know, hero's pose, we do it all the time. This is going to be a reclined version now. As you come back into this, it can be challenging. So we want to set ourselves up with as many props as we can to try and make this comfortable. If we set up like a million props and we're still not there, I'm going to tell you just to take Virasana instead of Supta Virasana. But for starters, let's all sort of give it a shot in the full variation Supta Virasana. So we're going to take our bolster, lay it down behind us. And for some people that might be enough height. For me, it's not. So I'm going to take a second bolster and lay it down on top of that. Now, again, if you don't have a second bolster, you can fold blankets, stack them up like so, towels, whatever you have to give yourself the amount of height that you need. Now, some other props we're going to take one of our blankets, fold it in half like so, make a little pillow, lay it over the top of our props. And remember, some people might be able to lower down to one bolster. That's fine. I'm going to take two. If you feel like you might want some padding underneath your knees, you'll place another blanket here near the base of your bolsters. And if you feel like you might need even more support, you can keep a brick within arm's reach, but that will be optional. Now, we're going to turn. Come into Virasana so that our hips are off of the bolster, but just really toward the edge of our bolster. And we can stand up on the knees for just a second, just now that we've established our distance. So knees draw into the center line. We're going to reach down, move the flesh of the calves off to the sides. As we start to lower down, then we're going to press with our fingertips, lengthen the spine up, tuck the tailbone slightly under, and start to lower down onto our bricks. You can adjust your blanket pillow, bring it underneath the head. Good. Hands can come to the ankles if that's comfortable, otherwise out to a T. Now, like I mentioned, if you're coming down and that's just a big, huge stretch in the quadriceps, or you're feeling any pressure underneath the knees, you can always try more lift underneath the spine, maybe a third bolster or a fourth bolster. Or if just no matter how much stuff you stack underneath you, you can't get comfortable, then we're going to have you sit upright in just a standard Virasana. If you need some extra support for the hips, you can slide a blanket or a brick underneath the seat. Take your time, experiment with props, pause the video if you need to. And find your variation that feels supportive. So relatively relaxed. I know it's a challenging posture, but we don't want to be struggling into it. We want to be able to breathe, close our eyes, and enjoy just a minute in Supta Virasana. Shoulder blades slide together, collarbones widen. Face softens, breathing is full. Just a couple more breaths. Good. As you're ready, we're going to slowly start to walk ourselves back up. Lift up off the knees, tuck the toes, cross at the ankles, and extend the legs out long in front of you. Good. Fingers can come behind you for support as you wiggle out the toes, kick out the backs of the knees. Good. So big, deep back extension. Big, deep work into the front of the legs. We're going to counter that with sort of the opposite, right? So now we're going to take our prop stack in front of us. We'll fold one of our blankets to sit on to give us a little bit of lift. Option here to sit with the back against the wall to begin, but not totally necessary. Just gives you something to ground your hips into a little bit more. Again, the name of the game is lift. So a couple bolsters or a bolster and a bunch of blankets, or for some people one bolster is going to work just fine. But keep extra props nearby. You can even keep your bricks nearby just in case. We're going to sit up on our light lift, our folded blanket. We're going to slide our height in between our legs. Now, here's what I'm talking about with the bricks. For some people, these two bolsters forward might be enough to fold into and just be able to let go. But if that's not quite enough height, you can take your bricks, stack them down first, and bring your bolster or bolsters up on top of that. It actually looks nice today. I'm going to roll with that. Good. Here, press your fingertips behind you, find a nice tall spine, inhale. Exhale, we're going to lengthen and fold forward. So you might be able to grab the end of the bolster if that feels nice. You can release your forehead down. You can take your blankets, make a little forehead pillow for yourself, give yourself some room to breathe. If it's comfy, you can grab the bottoms of the feet. Whatever helps you relax into this posture. Supported restorative variation, Paschimottanasana. But what I don't want is we're yanking the feet. We're trying to pull forward and like fold ourselves forcefully in half. I just kind of want, we're chill. We're letting gravity do the work. Our forehead is resting and supported. So again, that might mean lots of extra height. You know, it might mean you're only folding forward a couple inches, but if that's what's comfortable, that's perfect, right? Let the eyes close down, take a few breaths. Good. As you're ready, keep the eyes closed, slowly roll yourself back up. That's going to be it for now. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for joining Yoga for Punks Part 2. And keep practicing. A little bit goes a long way.